and welcome to Thomas' podcast.
Thank
So,
you.
first of all, let's start with asking you. So, you're the creator of Dama cheese.
Yeah.
So, who are you, please?
Okay. My name is Razan Al-Sus, and I'm originally from Syria. So basically, I lived all my life in Syria, but in 2012, because of the war, there were an explosion at my husband's office. So this has made us to think to leave because we've got three children, and they were quite young. My son was 10 months old, and my daughter's been 2 and 3 years old.
Okay. So, you're from Syria,
Yep.
right? And you came to the UK. And
Mhm.
when did you start having this amazing idea of creating Dama cheese? When? What does Dama
So,
mean actually? What does Dama mean?
oh, Dama means well, I will tell you this. So basically, when we arrived to the UK, my background was in pharmacology because I was student there, studying pharmacy, and I graduated from the medical institute, and my major was the laboratory science. And my husband is electronic engineer, so we never made any cheese before in our life. But I love the milk in Yorkshire, and I always thought, what next? Because you know, when you leave your country in this situation, so you will be a bit confused. You want to settle down. You think about safety, think about children, but then suddenly you start to think about future. What
Mhm.
next? How to do it? What do you need to do? However, I love the milk in Yorkshire, and it's really nice and quite got distinctive taste. And this has made me to think about making the cheese. So I found the most of the halloumi imported to the UK are made from powdered milk. So it's not like the taste of the cheese which we eating in our back home. So here where the idea started. And when I wanted to start my business, I want to make a name for my company. So I felt overwhelmed in here in Yorkshire. That's why I called it Yorkshire. And Dama is just abbreviation to Damascus. At that time, I thought, what if we success? Then I need to tell people where am I originally from. And the cheese, because we thought we are only going to make a cheese. We never thought that we'll make something else.
Nice. So, your product, your cheese, where can you find them? Where do you sell them? Is it only in Yorkshire?
No, we make it in Yorkshire in here, but we sell it all around the UK. So we are using different channels, like we do online. We've got distributors. We have direct sales to some food services. We supply only one supermarket called Booth Supermarket with our cheese as well.
Oh, fantastic. I read some of your stories. So yeah, I was like, wow, that's very courageous leaving your country, Syria, during the war to come here to the UK. So what do you think of the UK so far? What do you think about it?
Um, I loved it, to be honest. People were very nice, very kind to me. They encouraged me it all the time. I know that the first block of cheese which I made, it wasn't that great, but
Mhm.
people never say that. They always
Mhm.
said it's amazing, well done, keep going. So they kept encouraging me. And
Mm.
I felt as I've got, because when you come to freshly come to a country, you won't have any friends or community surrounding you. But now I've got a lot of people surrounding me. They all love what I'm doing. They are inspiring, but by the journey, and they keep encouraging me. And I received a lot of support, like type of encouragement support, which were really, really important. So for someone to believe in you, knew what you are doing. So this was quite important for me.
So this company, is it, I mean, your brand, is it you by yourself doing it, or you have Like, I don't know, your husband, do you have relatives, do you have your family that helping you?
Yeah, when we started, it was only me and my husband, and my brother joined us as well. So we were only as a family making the cheese. But by the time, we'd rather prefer to work on enterprising style of business, because we believe this is where you can establish a proper business. It would be a bit harder because it will require a lot of commitment and a lot of other tasks and a lot of other skills, but by the time it would be better for future actually.
Okay, that's
So now we
amazing.
are a team of 7 people.
Wow. I think I've seen you went to the BBC, been invited. Can you tell me about the experience? Like you come from Syria on to the UK, you started, you have this idea. And I mean, look at that. I mean, I found out about you through watching you on BBC. Can you tell me about
Yeah.
the experience, please?
Yeah, so basically, the thing is, when you start your business, you really need to get this support, and I've been supported like the biggest support on the first support I had was from our local MP when he visited us, and he then told the like talked about our story in the House of Parliament. Then the Prime Minister nominated me for the International Women's Day. That was in 2015.
Wow.
After that, I've been contacted by the Royal Office by the Lord Lieutenant, who said that the Princess Royal would love to come and visit us. At that time, we were just like we arrived to the UK 2012. We started the business 2014, and we had the Princess Royal in like we've been honored actually to have her in 2017, January 2017, when she visited us. And I've been actually contacted by the BBC several times when some celebrity chefs came and visited us and shared the story, like Nadia Hussein, the Harry Bikers, James Martin. We've done with James Martin two filmings at the beginning 2016, Home Comfort. Then just a month ago, we've done again in his Breakfast Morning on the
Oh.
ITV. Again, we've been with him. He came across our new product, which called Lebne Pearls, at the
Mm.
Chatsworth House Fair, and then he loved it, and he decided to talk about it in his program. Yeah, this is all actually boosted the business and helped us just to expand it and to let people knows about it.
Mm-hmm. Lovely. Does your cheese get, I don't know, sold in pop-up restaurants or in restaurant? Do people, yokes of the restaurant actually contact you, say, oh, can we have order of your cheese?
Yeah, absolutely. There are some restaurants. There's a Michelin star restaurant called the Queens of Cups. They are using, we've got a regular order for them each week because they've got the best, they make it to a very nice recipe on their menu. And we've got a lot of other restaurants, coffee shops, yeah, a lot of them whom are asking for our specifically some the flavored cheese. We call our cheese squeaky cheese, not halloumi. And
Mm.
so they ask us, for example, some of them with the rosemary, some of them with the nigella seeds. So yeah, it's quite interesting places to be. Sometimes we receive some inquiries to develop certain flavor. So we
Mm.
work because this is the flexibility which you can get when you are a small business, where you can work side by side with the chefs to develop the flavor they wanted, and it's easy for us to work it out together until we get what they really wanted.
Lovely. Do you have inspiration from, I don't know, French, Swiss cheese, Dutch cheese? Do you have inspiration or you just created your own brand? Do you get inspiration? Because when you say you have to develop all the cheeses,
Yeah,
do you
yeah.
get
The,
inspiration?
the cheese world in general, it's very interesting because um, cheese is not like cooking. It's not like a recipe you've got it. So if you have, for example, 5 people, and you've got the cheese recipe next to them, they each one will produce different types of, like they produce the same type of cheese but with different taste.
Yeah.
The in cheese always you put your feeling, because you always handle by your hands. You think about it, you touch it, you feel it. So this is all actually important in the cheese world. Again, to understand each type of cheese. Sometimes cutting the curd, the speed how you cut the curd, the amount of the water left, the amount of resting curd, 2 degrees when you raise the temperature up, this is all affecting the
Mm.
cheese and the bones in between the proteins, which end up in different types of cheeses. So it's really important to focus on what you are doing, but it's quite interesting to know the difference between cheeses and how it's been made. However, I believe the culture affecting a lot, because you would find, like, I found out this division is like to find to divide the cheese world into geographical areas. So if
Mhm.
you look to into the hot areas, in general, you will find the more salty cheese and brined cheese. And this is all to preserve the cheese, because in the olden time they didn't have any refrigeration or storage conditions. While the aged cheeses, you mostly you'll find them in the cold areas, like France, Switzerland, the UK, and you can find out how they preserved it over the time, and how the mold being like the mold is to protect the cheese, is kind of making something to protect the cheese. So this is a good thing, not bad thing. Sometimes people feel like how
Mhm.
to eat some moldy things, but this is a good bacteria, not bad bacteria. However, this world is really amazing, and no matter how much you learn of it, out of it, you still feel you are ignorant and you want to learn more about it.
That's true. I mean, I've never like I've been in a country where cheese is one of the main dishes, but I have to say I like just to eat it, now
Yeah.
creating it. So give me some steps. How do you create cheese? Like if you give me some easy
So
steps.
I would say the cheese originally it's made from milk. Okay,
Yeah.
so the milk is water and protein. So what we are doing in cheese, we just separated the protein from the water. And this is happened by adding enzyme, usually called rennet enzyme, renin enzyme, or we call it rennet. So this is making the protein bonds coagulating and tighten together, and this is where you find the curd being formed. Now, depend on the type of cheese. What you put at the beginning, you will get at the end. So if you
Mm.
have, for example, blue cheese, you need to add some penicillium, because this green molds are the penicillium. While
Mm-hmm.
if you are making halloumi, you don't need to add anything. So if you are using cheddar, you do different starter culture. Okay. So
Yeah.
the next step, you will find cheeses are divided into two steps. The cheeses which you press the curd, then age it. Depend on the aging time, you will find you have different types of cheeses and different conditions from moist and temperature. While some cheeses, which is the brinded cheeses, you heat it up. So after you pressing the curd, you cook it again. This is why it keeps fresh, not aged,
Mm.
and not all of them melting. Some of them melt, some of them not. So this is basically the basic things about cheese. Pressing the curd either to age or to cook it again.
Wow, I love it. You make it look so simple, but I like the elements, like you're a cheese expert. So if I were to ask you, what's your favorite cheese? Apart from your own, what's your favorite cheese?
To be honest, I don't eat a lot of halloumi at home because I see it every day at factory. I just eat it when I do tasting for at occasions. But I love blue cheese. I love it, and I love the brie type as well.
Oh.
Cheese. I like cheddar as well. We eat quite a lot of cheddar, red Leicester. Yeah, this kind of thing. I love Stilton. I like white Stilton, and Wensleydale style of cheese. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Me, I love raclette. I mean, I'm
Okay.
Swiss. I like Gruyère. Yes, Emmental.
Le Gruyere is my favorite. Do you know, I'll tell you this story.
Yeah, go on.
When I first met my husband before we get engaged, so he's been in France, and he bought the cheese, Le Gruyere, and
Mhm.
after done our engagement, so we've been at, like, he invited us, and then he made me a cheese sandwich after the New Year evening. So we after we it's been a long day with the family. So the next day morning for breakfast, he made us a cheese sandwich, and I loved it. At that time, I didn't know the differences between cheeses, but we kept actually tracing that flavor until once we made the Le Gruyere, and then when we tasted, we felt, how this is the flavor which we loved it at that day, and
Oh,
for us that was the taste of love. So
mm.
yeah, we
Yes,
kept trace it back until we discovered what type of cheese was that, and
that's
we discovered
amazing.
that
You can
was,
make your own Gruyere. Oh
yeah.
my God. Oh,
Yeah,
this is a
I don't
great.
make it, I just like it, I eat
You
it.
like it?
Yes,
Oh,
I like
nice
it.
one. So is your brand known in Syria at all? Do they know about what you do at all?
Yes,
Like,
definitely. Yeah, because of the social media and the use. So yeah, everyone knows, like a lot of people knows about it. And they always feel proud of me, proud of what we've done. They love what I'm doing, and they always say, "Oh, we'd love to try the cheese." So hopefully one day they will be able to do it.
that's fantastic. So I've got two more questions for you. So the first one I want to ask out of the two questions, what do you see next? What's the next step for your brand to go global, let's say? What would you see it's gonna happen?
I think before going to global, it's more to expand in the UK. So because the business usually, when you start your business, it would be a bit much like organically growing business. So you will feel quite in with we've got a lot of feeling about it. So you care about how you make it, how to design it. Once you reach this point, then you get the maturing type or the maturing phase in your business, where you think how to expand to understand more the business aspects and how to grow it, how to run it. So all of these things. So I hope actually the business will keep success in the UK, and hopefully by the time as well growing to export if we can. So yeah, everyone liked this dream.
That's amazing. I do believe there's so much more you can bring. And also you said, during Christmas, I'm sure you're being very busy, I'm sure.
Yes, yes.
Well
Christmas
done.
time is always busy time. For us, the high season is Christmas and the summertime. Yeah,
Oh, okay, nice
yeah.
one.
Everyone
So,
loves Halloween summer.
of course, to put in wraps or whatever in
Barbecue.
salad.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. So my last question for you, my lovely, is what would you advise young people watching on how to create their own brand of cheese or whatever brand they want to create? So what would be your main advice?
I would say, first of all, you need to believe in yourself and to believe that you can do it, because starting a business, it's not smooth and easy. We always talk about it, and we talk only about the lovely part of it, but there are a lot of disciplines, a lot of hard work behind, a lot of failure as well. So you are not alone who will face all these difficulties. So when you believe in what you are doing and you love what you are doing, you would feel that you've got the energy to keep it going. And I would say always ask yourself why, a big why. So whenever you want to make a product or a project, don't copy others, be yourself. Add something from your identity, make it unique, and think why people want to buy it or want to get the service or whatever. Always think about it. This big why, it will direct you to the right direction. And don't be stubborn, don't be like, try to be flexible, because in business, like, you will think in a way, but sometimes you will act in another way. So
Mm.
you need to be flexible. as this flexibility will gain you a lot of advantages during your journey. And
Yeah,
good
that's
luck.
and good luck. That's nice. I love what you said. I really love it. Don't give up. Like just go for it and be flexible. Yeah, so those are the tools, honestly. And it's not easy. People need to know building your own brand is
Yeah,
not easy. It takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of commitment, dedication, and especially perseverance, I believe. Yeah. So
absolutely.
thank you so, so much for
No
this
problem.
time. And you are located in Yorkshire.
Yep,
I've never been there. I would love to go there one day. But honestly, I
definitely.
love your work. As a
Please.
cheese fan myself, honestly, keep going. You're gonna reach the whole of the UK, which I hope you will anyway. And thank you for your humility as well. Like I like people like you, really talking openly, with humility. Thank you so so much. All
No
right.
problem. Thank you, Telma, for like hosting me today. And I
It's a
hope
pleasure.
everyone will be all the success for you as well.
Thank you very much, my darling. Have a lovely evening.
Thank you. Same to you. Bye.
Bye. Take care.